Hi, my name is Amelia, and I'm 32 years old. I work as a successful writer, but my life story is far from ordinary. When I was just 2 months old, I was abandoned near a dumpster behind the Sunridge Hotel. It was a stroke of fate that my adoptive parents, who worked at a nearby jewelry store, found me and decided to make me part of their family. Growing up, I was blessed with a loving home and two amazing siblings. My brother, who's 3 years older than me, is a brilliant chemist working for a top pharmaceuticals company. He's always been the smart one in the family, and I'm so proud of his achievements. My younger sister, just 18 months my junior, has made a name for herself as a content creator. She's got millions of followers across various platforms and is living her best life. I've always stood out with my long black hair that gives me a classy and elegant look. It's funny how people often assume I'm some kind of model or actress, but I'm just a simple writer who loves telling stories. My appearance has definitely opened some doors for me, but it's my hard work and dedication that's gotten me where I am today. Speaking of success, my siblings and I have all done pretty well for ourselves. We're what you'd call 8-figure earners, though I never like to brag about it. My brother's work in pharmaceuticals has led to some groundbreaking discoveries, and my sister's influence in the digital world is truly remarkable. As for me, my books have thankfully resonated with readers worldwide. Now, let me tell you about my husband. We've known each other since we were kids, as my parents worked for his family's jewelry design business. It was one of those childhood sweethearts turned happily ever after stories. He's now the CEO of a successful funding company, and I couldn't be prouder of him. We've been through thick and thin together, and our love has only grown stronger over the years. My in-laws are incredible people. They're renowned jewelry designers, creating pieces that are worn by celebrities and royalty alike. They've always treated me like their own daughter, even before I married their son. The support and love from both our families have been a constant source of strength for us. Life was going smoothly, and I felt truly blessed. That is, until recently, when my biological parents suddenly showed up out of nowhere. They claimed they had been searching for me for years and were overjoyed to have found me. At first, I was shocked and didn't know how to react. Part of me was curious about my origins, but another part was wary of their sudden appearance. They started visiting regularly, trying to build a relationship with me. I was cautious but open to the idea of getting to know them. However, things took a turn for the worse when they began asking for money. At first, it was small amounts, which I didn't mind helping with, but then their requests became more frequent and the amounts larger. The final straw came when they demanded a substantial sum of money for their retirement. They claimed that since I was successful, it was my duty to provide for them in their old age. I was shocked and hurt by their audacity. Here were people who had abandoned me as a helpless infant, now expecting me to fund their retirement. I refused their demand, explaining that I owed them nothing and that my true parents were the ones who had raised and loved me all these years. This didn't go down well with them at all. They became angry and started threatening me, saying they would ruin my life and my career if I didn't comply with their demands. Their threats scared me at first, but then I realized I had nothing to be ashamed of. I had a loving family, a successful career, and a supportive husband. What could they possibly do to ruin that? Still, their persistence and increasingly aggressive behavior were causing me a lot of stress and anxiety. After much thought and discussion with my husband and adoptive parents, I decided to take action. I chose to expose my biological parents and their attempted scam on the internet. I wrote a detailed post on my social media accounts explaining the situation and warning others about their manipulative tactics. I included screenshots of their threatening messages and detailed their attempts to extort money from me. I also shared the story of my adoption and how my real parents had given me a wonderful life filled with love and opportunities. My post went viral almost immediately. People were outraged by my biological parents' behavior and showered me with support and encouragement. Many shared similar stories of long-lost relatives suddenly appearing and demanding money. My story seemed to resonate with a lot of people who had experienced similar situations. The exposure had the desired effect. My biological parents stopped contacting me, probably realizing that their scheme had backfired spectacularly. I felt a sense of relief, but also a lingering sadness for what could have been if they had approached our reunion with genuine intentions. In the aftermath of this ordeal, I've had time to reflect on my actions. Part of me wonders if I did the right thing by exposing them publicly. Was I too harsh? Should I have tried to resolve the situation privately? But then I remember their threats and manipulative behavior, and I feel justified in my decision. My adoptive parents have been incredibly supportive throughout this whole ordeal. They've reminded me time and again that family is about love and care, not blood relations. My siblings have rallied around me, offering their unwavering support and love. My husband has been my rock, standing by me through every step of this challenging journey. This experience has made me appreciate my family even more. It's reinforced the belief that family isn't just about DNA, but but about the people who love and support you unconditionally. My adoptive parents gave me a life filled with love and opportunities, and for that, I'll be eternally grateful. As for my biological parents, I hope they've learned a lesson from this experience. I don't wish them any harm, but I also don't want them in my life. I've closed that chapter and I'm focusing on the family that has always been there for me. In the end, I believe I made the right choice in exposing their scam. It wasn't just about protecting myself, but also about preventing them from potentially taking advantage of others. If my story can help even one person avoid falling victim to such manipulation, then it was worth sharing. So, am I wrong for exposing my biological parents and their scam on the internet? I don't think so. Sometimes we need to stand up for ourselves and protect the life we've built. It's not about revenge, but about setting boundaries and refusing to be victimized. I chose to protect my family, my career, and my peace of mind, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.